Hey y'all, this is Tyler with McToast575. This is an Origami Omega Star tutorial. It's modular, which means you're gonna get to see some more crappy McToast magic. Yay. It has, I think, 24 points, something like that. As you can see, there's these little crosses. There's 6 of those. I've got it down to a science. I've done it a lot. And this is how we do it. Let's get started. So you're going to start out with a square piece of paper, once again. You're going to make nice, crisp, clean folds, fold it in half diagonally. Unfold it, fold it in half diagonally the other way. Unfold that. Now you have an X in the middle. Now you're going to fold it in half horizontally. And then you're going to fold the edges to the middle. Okay, now you're going to rotate it, fold it in half horizontally the other way. And you're going to unfold that, and that's the pre-crease for the module of the Omega Star. The module looks like this. What you're going to do, you're going to turn it over, and as you can see, there's a 4x4 array of squares. You're going to take each corner square and just pinch the diagonal in it really hard. Pinch it. And if you pinch it right, you should get something that looks like this. I call this the house part of the module because it looks kind of like a house. Well, kind of. Like I said, kind of. This is the hardest part of making the module. It's the collapsing of it. What you're going to do is, it's easier if you lay it down on its back and collapse it, but what you're going to do is you're going to kind of push it in a little bit and start letting these folds right here come in. Make sure everything's nice and good, and then you just kind of push in and squeeze it shut. And it's collapsed. It's pretty easy. Some people find it confusing. You're going to open it up into a cross form. You're going to hold it like this. See, there's a little line right there. Put your thumb and forefinger below that line. And then take this finger and just push that down and close it up. So now this is square. Just like this. You're going to do it on the opposite side, not on all 4. What you do is you pull it open and just kind of take your finger, collapse it in, and close it. That's one module. You need 6, so it's time for some crappy McToast magic. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! 6 modules. Okay, you only need 2 right now. What you're going to do is you're going to hold it. You're going to hold one module so that the triangular part is pointing up with the open side facing towards the right. You're going to hold the other one just like this. And you're going to stick the square part into this hole. Make sure both these flaps is getting inside of that rectangular part. And make sure it's in there, down all the way, in all the way. There should be just a little bit poking out right there, but that's fine. And then you're going to hold it so that this is facing towards you. You're going to kind of open it up. And then remember how you collapse the triangle into a square? Well, you're just going to kind of collapse this inside of the square and close it up. And now it's connected. I think of it as paper cannibalism. Next, you're just going to put another module in, connect all this, just slide it in, and then you're just going to open it, put it in, close it. It's paper cannibalism. And next, you might not have the same exact thing as me. There's no set technique for it. That's what's so confusing about it. but you want to make sure that you're connecting all the modules that can be connected. Don't leave anything unconnected. That's primary thing with this. See, now I've got this connected. These two can be connected, so I'll connect them. This and this. This is probably really confusing and all, but once you do it, it's really not. You'll just see it. Let me lower the brightness on this. No. Close it in there. Think of it as the square eating the triangle or something. Or yeah. But the triangle's wrapped around the square, and then the square eats the triangle. And so now I'm on the 5th module. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to push these back out of my way, put this inside of the triangle. And then connect these two since they can be connected. Don't try to force anything that can't be connected to be connected. I know I'm saying the word connected a lot and it's probably getting annoying. But there's no such thing as failure. There's such a thing as finding out how not to do something. Like Thomas Edison said, I just pulled that. I didn't just pull that out of thin air. Thomas Edison said, I didn't fail at making the light bulb 10,000 times. I just found 10,000 ways not to do it. Now the last module is always the hardest, but it's just like a puzzle piece. The square goes 2 squares here and 2 triangles there, and it just goes on perfect. Now the confusing part is since everything's in your way, so just lay them all down so that they're not in your way. And just keep connecting. You just slide the square inside of there. This one's being stubborn. You can kind of feel it click once you get it in there good. And then you can just close it up. That one's kind of messed up. And it will be confusing at first, but you'll get it eventually. It just, like, the first time I did this, I didn't get it. It took me a whole bunch of times. And it's easier to start out with big paper instead of little paper. Like, instead of splitting a paper into 8s and then making those 8 squares, it'd be better if you could just... Okay, here's the last one. Make a square out of 6 pieces of paper, like 1 square per piece, and then do that. That would be a whole lot easier on you. Okay, this didn't turn out right. Well, it's because you're not done yet. You see these crosses here, that's these crosses here. What you're going to do, if you look at it, you can see they open, close, kind of. Hi, I'm Pepper. I like to be folded. Ha 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 ha. Whatever. What you're going to do, you're going to hold it so that the cross is an X, and you're going to kind of take this back. I like to say peel it back, even though you're not really peeling it. Just peel it back, and then kind of fold it, but don't do it, or don't do it too hard, or it'll tear there, and that's why you just collapse it in and close it. You just keep doing that all around the star. You have to do this 24 times. Like I said, I've got this down to a science. I've made tons of these in the past few weeks, selling them to old people for 50 cents a piece. And when you have no life and a lot of time making Omega stars, but making a lot of money off of them, you kind of get it down to a science. You want it to be the best it can be, so you kind of familiarize yourself with it. See, 2 crosses are made. I'm working on the third one. There's going to be 6 crosses. Hold on. Okay, just had some technical difficulties. Whatever you will. Now I have 3 crosses, working on number 4. It is a confusing thing to do, but the hard work pays off. It really does. Because if you spray paint them and sell them 50 cents a piece, 32 of these things will give you $16. You can go out and buy yourself a piece of gum. Just kidding. But I bet in 2050, the year 2050, the value of $1 have gone down so much, piece of gum will be $16. Just kidding. We'll all be dead by then. Just kidding. But the reason I'm selling these is because Christmas is right around the corner, and I sell them as Christmas ornaments to old people. Old people love that kind of stuff. You know what else old people love? Old people also love fruit. Yeah. So this is pretty much done, but what I like to do afterwards, I like to kind of take it and squeeze all the crosses in together. That way they're not so open. I don't like them like that. I just kind of squeeze, compact, all 6 of them. Okay. So that's your Omega Star for you. Thanks for watching. I know I had to make it brief because the videos can only be 15 minutes long, and as you can see, I'm ticking towards 12 minutes right now. So I have about 3 minutes to talk. What I do is I make a whole bunch of them. I make 30 little squares, and then I make modules out of that and make 5 stars at a time. And once I've made a good batch of stars like these, I'm going to spray paint these tomorrow. I have a whole bunch of different spray paints. I have green spray paint, I have red spray paint, I have blue spray paint, gray spray paint. I just have spray paint all around. Good spray paint. And just spray paint the stars. And as you can see, it's a good way to recycle, because if you save your school papers, see, these are all written on. Let me find one that's, see, all the letters and stuff. I have sloppy handwriting. But not with this. I made this perfect. It's a good way to recycle old papers instead of throwing them out. You know, these tree huggers. Please, nobody get offended by that. I know some idiot's probably going to comment and say, oh, I'm offended by that. But whatever. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and also check out my friend, the How-To Hobbyist. His name is Dylan. We go to the same school. We kind of compete for views, so just check him out. What happened was we had this old YouTube called 22 Cherry Bomb 22. We shared it. It only has like 1,000 views, and it's been up for 2 years, and so that's crappy. So I made a new YouTube to see what I could improve on, and it's really improved a lot. Like the lighting, the background, and I used to do white paper on a white carpet, and the audio kind of improved a little bit because I used to talk really, really quiet. And so he said, that's a good idea, I'm going to make one too. So he made his own YouTube. It's called The How-To Hobbyist. Hobbyist spelled H-O-B-B-Y-I-S-T. The T in the is capitalized. The H in how is capitalized. The T in to is capitalized. And the H in hobbyist is capitalized. And I know I'm rambling on. I'm moving on to about 14.5 minutes. Thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe. Thank you, and goodbye.